there's this guy traveling on the road, right? And he stops at this hotel, and he comes in. He says, "Hey, I need a room for tonight." And the guy says, "We're all sold out." He said, "We only got one room, but it's haunted." And he says, "Oh, I don't believe in haunted rooms, right?" And so the manager's like, "Okay." He says, "Here's the key." So he says, "It's on the 4th floor, go up the 4th floor. It's, number 408 or whatever." And the guy goes up there, and he's sitting there, he's getting undressed, getting ready for bed, lays down in bed, and he turns off the light, and he's laying there trying to go to sleep, the room's real quiet, and all of a sudden he hears, "If the log rolls over, we'll all be dead." And he says, "Hey, who is that?" He turns the light on, and he's like, "Who's there?" There's nothing, right? So he's listening, he didn't hear anything, right? So he turns the light back off. He lays down, and he hears, "When the log rolls over, we'll all be dead." And he freaks him out, right? And he runs, he jumps out the window and kills himself. It's scary shit, right? And this other guy, he comes to the hotel, and I need a room, and blah, blah, blah. The manager says, "Hey, I only got one, but it's haunted." The guy's like, "I don't believe in that shit," right? So he goes up there to the room, and he's fucking getting undressed, and he gets in bed, and he's just drifting off to sleep, and he hears, "The log rolls over, we'll all be dead." And he gets up, and he's like, "What was that?" He didn't hear anything, right? So he lays back down, right? Closes his eyes and turns the light off, and then he hears, "When the log rolls over, we'll all be dead." And he runs, he jumps out the window and kills himself. So the manager's finally like, "God, I gotta figure out what's going on in this room." So he goes up there, right? So the manager goes up there, and he's looking around, and the log rolls over, we'll all be dead. He goes in the bathroom, he looks at the toilet, there's a big fat turd in there and 2 ants on it. And going, "The log rolls over, we'll all be dead." Stupid. It was funny when I was 4.
It's the best ghost story that we have so far. So
in high school, I used to try to cause mischief, but usually it just ended up eating a lot of candy and puking in a neighbor's yard. All of our tricks really fell through at the last minute. Usually, it was kind of pathetic. Again, poor planning. If you're actually going to trick someone, you have to be a little less obvious about it than throwing things together at the last minute.
Most things don't work if you throw them together at the last minute.
It's true. It's very true. Like this conversation right here, for example.
we used to, when I was in sort of high school, because we were able to drive to these locations. There was the Shamawa Indian School, which is a tribe school right outside of Salem, kind of between Salem and Kaiser-ish. And they had this big brick building, 2 stories tall, and it was abandoned. Of course, it's on Indian property, so there's Indian cops that would shoo us away, or regular cops would shoo us away. But go in there at night and get up to the 2nd floor, there were dentist chairs in there. And nothing could freak you out more than to be sneaking through there at night. I've done it a couple of times, and we're just, punks, we're, sophomores in high school or what have you. But so we started getting into a thing where we were going out looking for haunted houses, and that became a thing in our high schools, to go out looking for haunted houses. And then on occasion you'd run into people at the same abandoned farmhouse, like on the other, 2.5 county over, and they're doing the same thing, and it's like, oh, what the hell?
And you freaking each other out.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
It was all in fun and and shenanigans, but we would just scare the piss out of one another.
Says the man who has set up a I don't even know what this is called. A whole studio.
Yeah, he
With a green screen.
set up a fucking studio in his goddamn apartment living room.
You guys are dorks for doing this. Are you kidding me?
News in Idaho. News in Idaho. News in Idaho.
When is a door not a door?
I don't know.
When it's ajar. That is clearly not a jar.
It is a door and it's not a jar.
It's a jar
It
now.
is. And there's Kirk. No, that's DG Witt.
It is TG.
DG Witt went up to Portland for first Thursday night, the art walk kind of thing up in the big city, and it was the same night that the Ducks played at Boise State. So half of the crew was watching the football game and caring about part of it, but
Losers.
these guys. I talked to Whitbeck during it, and he was like, "I heard there was some football game." It's like,
Whoa. Look at that profile.
oh, this is sweet.
Oh, isn't this lovely? Hey, you know how I know you're gay?
Ow.
Hey, Regan, you know how I know you're gay? You're dancing with Whitbeck and letting him lead.
The first part is okay, but it's the lead part. It's
The
the
part that makes him gay. See, VG's just drunk, so he's not gay.
there's Kirk, right? With no hair
With no hat.
and no.
Holy fuck, dude. Oh, you just got lit up.
Oh, Jesus.
You just slapped the shit out of Kirk. Where's your fucking hat? I told you wear the fucking hat. Hey. Moolah. I got the money. Hey. He's waking up. Quick. Kick him.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You
Jeez.
might have gotten away with it, Whitbeck, had you not left that DNA behind.
You got molested in.
When last we saw Jack, he had convinced the devil to grant him a final pint before he paid his dues. Pick up the action at Ye Old Wet n' Noodle. They finished their last pint in silence.
Hey, listen, Lucifer, I'm a bit light. Think you can take care of this round?
What? I didn't bring my wallet. I didn't think I need it.
Hey, wait a minute. I heard you can change form, is that right?
Yeah, but I don't see how that matters now.
Listen, turn yourself into a silver coin and I'll settle our tab. Then it's off to your place, no more delays.
Well, I guess we don't have a choice. Okay, here goes.
Aha! You fool, I've got you now.
And with that, Jack put the coin in his breast pocket, right next to his cross.
Hey! Wait a minute! Get out of here! I can't take it! The cross!
For Jack knew that the devil loses his powers when confronted with a cross.
Hey, barkeep, another round, please.
Hey! I know you can still hear me! How dare you!
Listen, Scratch, I'll tell you what. I'll let you out if you make me a simple promise.
I'm listening.
You have to agree to leave me and my soul alone for 3 years. No tricks, no funny stuff.
Okay, fine. Just get me out of this damn pocket.
Deal. Oh, and you gotta pick up the tab.
I'm Kirk,
And I'm Dave.
and this is the BS Music Show.
Num. Here, hide these.
What are you drinking? I'm drinking Peterbilt beer.
Okay, so welcome back. Loathe Music BS Music Review. That's a lot of BS right here. He's the B. He's S. I'm glad you remembered that. Okay, so we need to talk about who in the Loathe universe is actually out there and gigging as musicians.
Well, I hear Zealous Grooves, which features Lael Grant on lead guitar and bass, great long-time collaborator to the Loadcast. And here, you have JD on drums, Shanahan on guitar and vocals, and Justin on bass and lead guitar. So there's a lot of dual guitar work here. Very creative music. They're located in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Is that where we're going to see them?
That's where you got to go see them. And Kirk, how can you find out about gigs?
Find out about the Zealous Grooves on their MySpace page. That's where they have listed all of the dates, so that when you're in the Santa Fe area, you know where to go. Also want to mention, not available through Loathe Megacorp, but an independent venture, which you can link to from Loathe Megacorp, would be found at the postegoism.net website, that Post-Egoism Media. A good friend of ours, JD Caston down in Eugene, Oregon, has recently released another disc from the Rhythm Messiahs. This one's called Melody Method. Why don't we listen to him, a short bit of it right now?
Okay, how about some Melody Method?
Okay. So I wanted to.
I like that. That was great.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? I
Good.
think people are going to be really surprised by that when they hear it.
Okay.
And I wanted to quote from him so you have some idea of kind of where he's coming from. I'm into error and glitch. Chance to create moments of lucidity, insight, and wisdom. That's the way the creative world often is in reality. Getting caught up in the moment, forgetting yourself, having an insight, and possibly polishing that insight for performance.
Well, lofty goals.
I really genuinely think that's an insightful look at the artistic, creative process. And I think all of us can learn something. We're going to run this contest right now. What are we going to do? We're going to take the first 3 callers and give away 3 discs. Loathe Music Volume 1, 2, and the yet to be released. Well, actually, as we speak, yet to be released, but shortly, when you see this, to be released and purchased.
While we're waiting for these phone calls to come
Loathe
in,
Music Volume 3.
let me mention the Loathe line. This is the loathemegacorp.com. Phone line is 1-888.
This is why you need to get a copy of the card. Keep it in your wallet. Okay, so
Now, let's take the first call.
that's been ringing. That's been ringing a long time.
I know.
That's somebody who really wants to win a disc.
Hi, this is Charlie. Am I caller number 7? Did I win? Sweet.
What do they win?
You win a copy of Loathe Music Volume 1, which you should already own. That's beside the point. Now you'll have 2.
Okay, now we'll take your information off the air. Here's Bobby the intern.
Hey, this is Dave Boyle calling in. Don't be a chowderhead. Pick up your copy of Loathecast, Loathe Music Volume 3.
Sorry, you didn't win anything. I know.
Okay.
Hey, he had it coming to him.
Yeah, that's true. Go ahead.
Hi, this is Mark Erickson. Did I win? I never win.
You are the lucky winner of Loathe Music Volume 2. Better answer.
Hello? Hello? My name's Steve. I can't believe I won. Wow.
That was call number 3, and you are, well, really call number 4, but because of our strange numbering system, you get Loathe number 3. Kirk needs a beer. And at that point, we can talk about, hold on, BNR may have a new anthology coming up, and that, BNR's new anthology. That's just almost in the making here. We have to just get a few more licensing deals checked out, and there will be a new BNR recording session at the end of October, and from that there should be again a new release forthcoming. And I want to mention, of course, my favorite Christmas music every year, since in retail I have to listen to a lot of Christmas music in December. I look forward to the Two Stroke Blokes and whatever they have coming down the line for 09. We're hard at work at it. Anyway, this has been the Loathe Music BS review show. And
what, is it over?
No, I'm just reiterating what they're watching.
Oh, right.
Hi, I'm Roger, and you're watching Loadcast. Get it? Hi, I'm Roger, and you're watching Loadcast. Get it? Hi, I'm Roger, and you're watching Loadcast. Get it?
You know, my former employers done treated me kind of unfriendly, like you see, and so I'm gonna take out my aggressions on this here coffee mug. This will make a statement. This is my feelings towards my former employer coming up shortly here. Haha. Let's go set the target. Yes, there she is.
This is a fine piece of equipment here. It's been used in competitions around the country. Won trophies by my forefathers. Safety's on.
Okay, that is always good.
It's a light trigger pull.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of a kick. Take out that mug.
The top of it off. You shot the top of it off. Alrighty, load them up again.
I don't know how to turn this off.
Oh, just press the button again like you're taking another picture. Shotgun instruction.
Shotgun 101. Slides back, all empty, release. Love that sound. First round, slide it up and hit. Real good like. Second, right behind it. Now, before you put third in, you got chamber round. It's restricted to only 1 in the breech and 2 in the magazine for sporting reasons. Now, it's good to go. Let's turn the safety on. We'll hand it to Regan now so he can proceed.
Oh!
Took care of that!
Obliterated.
Woohoo! Shedding. Hey! Hey!
Forefathers.
Shedding.
Have you had swine flu yet? You plan on getting it?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, it's all the rage now.
It's popular. It's what popular kids are doing.
It's quite an in thing. We had the bird flu. We have the swine flu. I think back in like the 80s, wasn't there like a chimp flu, or?
I don't know about that. There's a different. Shoot, I can't remember what it was. All of them are pretty frightening. They're all scary.
They're all very scary. You know, the thing about the flu is, the more you inject yourself with things to protect yourself from the flu, and you know, the more the more the flu adapts and changes and becomes something else. I mean, it's inevitable. There's always going to be something out there that's going to make people sick. The reason the flu is so bad now is because it had to evolve. The flu's a virus, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't pretend to know the sort of the viral specifics or any of the science really behind it, but I know what you're saying is correct. But it's always changing. Usually, it doesn't change into as strong of a version as this H1N1 is. So usually we can stay like it sort of runs a big circuit, and you stay like a half step or 1 or 2 steps ahead of it. Not so this one.
Well, they said that same thing with the bird flu. And what was it that everybody's getting from the mosquitoes?
West Nile.
West Nile, yeah. You know, all these viruses, they adapt, they overcome, because they're living creatures. They evolve just like everything else. And we, as a race, humans, we push that evolution in viruses, diseases, and hell, I wouldn't doubt bacterial
Plus a lot of just the way that we live, that you can get on an airplane and fly halfway around the world in a day.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, so if you were to pick up, 100 years ago, you couldn't do that. So the virus would slowly work, aside from the Black Death, the viruses could work their ways slowly because we didn't span the globe.
The Black Death didn't move, moved fairly fast.
But people didn't move.
Right. Well, you can imagine if we had a plague like that today, it'd decimate half the world in a month.
Could. The Black Death were to appear tomorrow? I don't know, we might even make it to 2012.
Yeah, 2012 is the day. It is the year. It's all going down.
We were talking about it a little earlier tonight. What's going to happen in 2012?
The whole world's going to go to hell in a handbasket.
I'll tell you the scariest thing about 2012 is Roland Emmerich's fucking movie about it.
Who's Roland Emmerich?
It's the guy that directed Independence Day.
I didn't see it.
Well, he's a hack.
Truly.
Thanks for ruining the joke, Chastain.
Come along, little children. Don't be afraid. Drink this elixir. Join me in my magical wagon. We'll go to faraway, wonderful places where the sky is green, the clouds are made of cotton candy, and the fields are filled with lollipop blossoms. Come on, kids. Drink it and get in the van.
So I'm doing warehouse auctions. We're down in the basement of this just ratty-ass building in the southeast waterfront. It's about a block from the water. I walk up, they open the door, because all they do is open the door, you can see the warehouse, and it looks like a huge pile of detritus. So I look at the guy running the auction, and I said, how much did they pay? They paid $864 a month. Okay. It's a lot of money for a warehouse. How long did they have it? A couple months? This warehouse has been occupied nonstop for just over 10 years. So let me get this right. Somebody's paying $9,000 a year for 10 years. Yeah. Okay. So somebody's into this room for almost 100 large. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So we've either got somebody who's nuts, which in looking at this pile of crap, they clearly were out of their fucking mind, or there's something more valuable in here than what I'm seeing. Hey, you, give me your big, industrial flashlight, the big sodium light. And under the shit, under the piles of garbage, under the chaos is order. So I look on the ground, there's these pallets, and on the pallets are crates, and in the crates are boxes, and they're uniform, and they're in order, and they're stacked up. But they're covered with like this thick sheen of garbage bags, and I don't understand why. But I know somebody paid $100,000 for this room. There's something in there. So I said, how many bidders you got? Yeah, no bidders. Okay, I'll give you $21 for the room. You got to clean it out in a week. Can you give me $2? No, I'll give you a week to clean the room out. Fuck it, clean the room out in a week. So I come back with a guy recommended to me. This young black guy, bit of a street kid, knucklehead it turns out, fucking moron. But anyway, he could have been from East Asia, he was still a moron. So we're putting on these gas masks because it's just nasty in there. There's rat shit on top of things. This warehouse hasn't been cracked in a year or two. It's just covered in crap. And he's like, what the hell is with the fucking tower? I don't get it. So we bring the sleds down to haul out the garbage. I go, look, we're going to be here about 3 days. The first 2 days are garbage detail. Put on your gloves, wear crappy clothes, we're throwing out garbage for 2 days. What'd you buy this for? Don't give a shit. Listen, just clear out the garbage. Your fucking job. Do the work. So anyway, after about a day and a half, we've got all the garbage out. Well, there's all these boxes, and this girlfriend owned an African import store. And I'm telling you, textiles, wood carvings, solid gold jewelry. I ain't making this shit up. That was the fucking score. In my business, you're hoping for shit like this. $21 I'm into this room for, plus labor and dump fees. So anyway, after we start pulling out the boxes of good stuff, and I mean half a fucking container at least, You know, and this is the stuff that we didn't throw away. I see this black piece of furniture. It's like a cabinet. And I'm like, this is kind of cool, man. I might take this home. And I'm like, what the fuck is this doing here? This don't make no goddamn sense. Why has it got a piece of furniture in this goddamn warehouse? And then it had red trim on it. And I said, oh, fuck. I lived in New Orleans. I lived in Miami. I've seen these things, the real ones. This was a real voodoo shrine. Not the pretend. This was the real fucking deal. So I open it up, and there's some palm fronds and some yellow candles and cigars and a half-empty bottle of cheap rum. I said, oh, shit. Then we open the bottom cabinet, and there's a basket with shiny pennies. Yeah, it hadn't been touched by human hands. They were shiny copper. The warehouse had been empty, hadn't been attended to in a year. And the copper had never been touched by human hands. You know, when you pay off the gods, it's got to be clean. So you got the shiny pennies, and I'm like, hey man, you want this money? I want that voodoo shit. But what really fucking freaked me out was I reached in, and wrapped in some African fabric was a bloody machete. Well, it was dry blood. Oh, fuck. Now that wasn't something I expected to find. So I'm into this for $21, and maybe it cost me my soul. You know, at that point you're like, a little bit heavier bargain than I expected, you know. The price was right, but the cost was high. So I call this Botanic up in North Portland. And I'm like, look, I found this fucking thing. I said, what do you guys want this fucking thing? And they're like, you know what, Fabian? That shit's too hardcore for us. We're not down with this. All right, what do you think I should do with it? Well, you should drive it to the water and put it in the ocean. You know what? That 75 miles exceeds my commitment to this endeavor. I'm not driving to Tillamook to put this shit in the ocean. Well, we can't help you. All right. So I know the Satanist in town, Rex, who's got implants. And I said, Rex, I got this voodoo machete. Do you want it? And he goes, Fabian, I'm a Satanist. Why would I choose the lesser evil? Now here's the trippy fucking thing. In my warehouse, when I need to sell something really bad, I lay that voodoo machete on it. Shit's gone in a week. And that's no joke, boys.
The worst memory for me is probably the year that I did that I went as me. Someone got it, except for me and Dave.
I think I went as me one year also. I think everybody goes through that.
It was just horrible, because I also had a huge black eye and a concussion. So,
looking good.
Looking good. Oh, the black eye actually is the worst. One of the worst things. I was playing flag football at Portland State.
Oh, nothing like drinking on the air.
Playing flag football at Portland State, and I was just running along like an unathletic dork, and someone elbowed me to the ground. I was wearing glasses, cut underneath my eye, and gave me a black eye, and I was knocked unconscious actually. Woke up, just seconds later, and realized I'd just been.
See, I was gonna do that. Don't fuck with the pro. Don't drink to that.
You know what's funny is that Cheskin actually hasn't recorded this.
Yeah, it's just it's all faint. This episode of the Loathcast is brought to you by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Pabst Blue Ribbon, it's fucking delicious.